Hello everyone, welcome to Divine Debut. This is Kathy speaking and thank you for being here. These are your Jupiter in Sagittarius readings and I am doing for each sign looking at the astrology of course, but also at the tarot. So for those of you that are interested in the astrology part of the reading, I've put that part of the reading at the end because a lot of people like to go straight onto the tarot. So this way I can have both parties being happy. So I'd like to make a couple of announcements. I will have beneath in the description box below when the tarot starts, and also the link, actually the timestamp will be down the bottom for the astrology part of the reading as well. Now in the description box I will have the cards that I'm using, the tarot, whatever cards I'm using here today, so I don't need to mention each card. I'd like to say, first of all, happy birthday, Capricorn. Many happy returns to you. Happy birthday. This is your solar return. It's your time to shine. And I'd also like to thank Capricorn as well as everyone else, but Capricorn because they are coming first in views, so they will be granted the free timeless reading. But Virgo is waiting on their free timeless reading, so that's going to be uploaded first for Virgo, and then gradually in the new year I will have the new reading, the bonus reading I should say, for Capricorn. Now look out for January till June 2019 in the next 2-3 days. So I'll be doing the first 6 months of 2019 readings, and then towards the mid 2019 year I will do the second part of the year, and I will let you know about that when they're uploaded. So January 1st to 15th readings of course will be up very soon as well. And today's actually the 28th of December. We're almost finished this year. It's been a tough year for everyone. Bring on 2019, I say. I know through working with people and, just generally looking at the vibes, the energies, it hasn't been easy. So bring on 2019. I'd like to thank all of you in advance for being here, for being supportive of my channel, for following me on social media, everything that you do. Thank you so much. And hopefully 2019 will be a much better year. And I'm looking forward to working with all of you. Thank you again. I'm sending you my New Year's blessings from now. Big thank you from my heart. It's been amazing. What a ride. Thank you from the deepest depths of my heart to all of you, each and every one of you. Even just for writing, for commenting, for liking, whatever you do, you are very much appreciated. And I do hope that my work and my giving to you has helped you along your path. That would that humbles me and that makes me feel so happy. Now just to finish up, I've got a surprise that I'm going to announce in about a month or so. I'd like to tell all of you that on the 22nd of December, when Mercury conjuncted Jupiter, and Mercury is my ruler, I'm a double Virgo. On that day, on the 22nd of December, I had a beautiful surprise. And, it was as though I felt something was coming. And I'm going to announce that early in the new year, as soon as I have more details. Just a little something that I'm really thrilled about, and I'm sure all of you will be, for me. And it will be interesting for you to see in relation to my channel. I will get back to you on that, but I will keep you waiting, because I'm waiting on news as well, so I can't tell you exactly what's happening until the new year. So look out for that. I will keep you posted. Now, I'm going to do a spread where I will be, because we're doing Jupiter in Sag, as an example, just showing you, so I don't have to explain to each and every one of you. Let's say we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, because Jupiter transits a sign, it takes 13 months. Because Jupiter moved into Sagittarius, its own home sign, on November 8th. It will be moving out of Sagittarius on December 2nd, 2019. So I'm doing November, December, January. This is the position. How Jupiter will affect you and your sign. This is November, December, January. Here we have February, March, April. Here we've got May, June, July. And this position here will be when Jupiter will be getting slowly ready to move out of its home sign of Sagittarius. So this position will be August, September, October, and November. Okay? And then I will be pulling a card from the Mythic Oracle. I will put the description, the information at the bottom in the description box below. And I'm taking one card, and here it just happens to be Aphrodite. So this is the Mythic Oracle, and I absolutely love it. That will be your general energy. And I'm also using Lenormand as well as Vera Sibilla for more clarity. And of course the Romance Angels. Okay, so as I said, all the information is in the box below, so just to give you a general overview of what the reading will be about. All right, now on to the readings. And for those of you, don't forget, that want to listen to the astrology part, I just go into a few more details about Jupiter in Sagittarius and its retrogrades, how it's going to be retrograding. So for those of you that are interested, don't finish the video at the end of the tarot reading. All right, thank you to all of you. Hello, dear Cancer. Welcome to Divine Debut. This is Kathy speaking. Thank you for being here. This is your Jupiter in Sagittarius reading, which is a reading that you can always come back to. It's for the time period 8th of November 2018 until 2nd of December 2019. Okay, so Jupiter is actually in your 8th house of shared resources, intimacy, sexuality, banks, loans, deeds, other people's money. It's the natural house of Scorpio. So Scorpio is all about everything that is hidden. For you, though, we're talking about the house of Sagittarius. Okay, Sagittarius is your 8th house. So Sagittarius is also deals with foreign places and people, higher education, the truth, going on some adventure to a foreign land, anything to do with spirituality, philosophy. So many things under the sign of Sagittarius. And Jupiter being the lucky planet of expansion and growth. Let's see what it's bringing for you, dear Cancer. Now you've got the North Node in your sign, so this is a very important time period for you. We know that the nodes are very karmic, they're fated. You have the North Node in your sign. So, of course, the House of Cancer is all about a family, foundation, heritage. And, of course, the South Node would be in your 7th house, so letting go of what is familiar, letting go of things that are outgrown, things that are from a past life, karmic situations that you've been through before. Okay, and the let's just do the cards, and goodness me, I mean, when I get stuck into the astrology, I can't stop. Okay, so November, December, and January, we've got the High Priestess. So I'm doing 3 months for each card, but the last card is 4 month, the last 4 month period. So we've got the High Priestess for November, December, January, and January is eclipse time. Next card will be February, March, April. And we've got the Queen of Cups, Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. Here with the High Priestess, we've got Virgo, Pisces axis. Let's look at the retrograde time of Jupiter, which would be mid-year, May, June, and July. And July is also an eclipse time. It's the month of eclipses. So we've got the Five of Coins. Five of Coins. And for the last 4 months, August, September, October, November, we've got Justice. This is beautiful, which is the sign of Libra. Can you see the card? Yeah, sorry about the lighting. Okay, Justice is a number 11. You're going through some new portals, some change. Let's take a mythic oracle of the ancient Greek Pantheon. We've got the Greek gods and the heroes here. So this is a card of myths. We've got Aries, which is battle. And because it fell out real fast, I will take one more card for Cancer. Aries, I think, is the god of the underworld. We shall see. Oh, that's Hades. Aries is the warrior, I think. I'm just trying to learn all my mythology. Let's take one more card for Cancer. And we've got Persephone, Rebirth. So interesting. I will show you the card, and at the end of the reading, I will read up on both these cards for you. So we've got number 23, and number 23 on the hour clock is the number 11, and it's called Battle, but if we add the numbers together, it's a number 5, which speaks of change. Here we've got number 33, Persephone, which is a master number, and it's called Rebirth. So very Scorpio, very Plutonian. We've got the dark Aries. All right. So if I'm not mistaken, I think that this is Mars. This is another name, the Greek name for Mars. Mars is the Latin name for the warrior, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, so, and if I'm not mistaken, it was Aries and Venus, which had the love child, which is Cupid. So Mars, let's say if this is Mars, there's a lot of passion here, yeah? This is the warrior doing battle and rebirth through doing battle. So fighting for what you believe in, dear Cancer, and going through some sort of a massive change. Okay, let's take a romance angel and let's look at your love life, dear Cancer. With the Justice card here, which could speak of anything to do with Libra. Libra is the house of partnership. Could also speak of legalities. For Cancer and their love life, spirit guides and angels, Archangel Michael. Archangel Michael, please enlighten me. Okay, I don't think any cards flipped. No. Okay, alright. So we've got this card here, whatever it is. Dear Cancer, we've got free yourself. Wow. It's time to take back control of your life. Incredible. And you know what? I will choose one more card because not all of you are going to free yourself. Not all of you. One more card, please. Spirit guides and angels for those who will free themselves, what will be in the mix for them, what will be next, and what do they need to know. And this is also for the people who are not freeing themselves. This could be for singles, okay? And I'm going to take this card here. And we've got chemistry. There's a strong magnetic attraction here. So some of you may be freeing yourself, okay, because there is something new coming through, strong chemistry where things were dead. There is a rebirth here. Let's take an astrology card. So taking back control means that some of you could be in a narcissistic relationship, partnership, whatever kind of a relationship that is. You may have someone who is trying to keep you bound, keep you locked up, keep you for themselves because they feel as though they own you. It's time to break free, if that's your message. And let's take, we've got Vesta, the goddess within, your sacred spiritual center and quiet dignity. So this is, Vesta is an asteroid which is, it's close to the South Node if I'm not mistaken. Now Vesta stands for focus, work, it's a sexual energy as well. It's all about your duty, your obligation, your devotion as well, and your dedication. And they say that Vesta is the high priestess asteroid. Yes, so incredible. Now Vesta was, if I'm not mistaken, a sister. Was it the sister or, yeah, it must have been the sister of Jupiter, of Zeus. And she was very popular, but she swore her to her brother that she would not get married. She would devote herself to family. She is the hearth, right? She's what holds the home together. She's the glue of a foundation, of a family. Okay, so she's what holds things together. Now, dear Cancer, you are the house of the fourth house of home and family. So maybe you are the glue that keeps the whole family together and happy. Okay, now through Vesta is depicted by the fire, the hearth. So there is fire. We've got fire here as well. All right, so let's look here. We've got the High Priestess, which, as I said, is the axis Virgo Pisces. Now, Virgo is the sixth natural house in the zodiac. Pisces is the 12th, which is the completion. Now, both Virgo and Pisces, they're very giving, very dedicated. And Virgo and Pisces people are also very, very spiritual people. They're very strong. They've got a very strong intuition. If you look out there, most of the tarot readers are Virgos. A lot of Pisces. Yes, we've got Scorpios that are very strong. All the water signs, I should say, are very intuitive. But out of the earth signs, I think Virgo would be the most intuitive because Virgo's karmic partner, which is across the zodiac, which is Pisces, it's the spiritual house, it's the house of the occult, anything that is dark, hidden, mystical. It's the divine, let's say. It's, the house of hidden matters. So the High Priestess is a very spiritual energy. This is a strong, intuitive person. If this is who you're dealing with, so Virgo, Pisces, could be either Virgo, either Pisces. So far we've got Libra. We've also got the Five of Pentacles here, which is an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. And here we've got the Queen of Cups, which there's a lot of fish. We're talking about Piscean energy, I would say. For some of you, this is your energy. But for others of you, because these two cards are practically the same. It's the same person. There is a strong knowing here. There are secrets held within, but you could be dealing with someone who deals with the occult, someone who reads the tarot, who does astrology. Okay, this is someone who can be quite emotional. They have strong emotions. They're very in touch with their emotions. The Queen of Cups is someone who can look into that cup and she could see the future. Okay, now the High Priestess is always at the foundation, especially. This is like walking through a new doorway. This could be a new partnership relationship. The Priestess is a number 2. So she's all about balance, right? So in the time of November, December, January, this is a time of secrets, a time of knowing. Some people know, some people have got the knowledge and they don't give it away, let's say. This could be your energy as well, dear Cancer. It's a time of wisdom. Look at the owl there. There is a strong sense of wisdom here in this High Priestess. Strong spiritual energy. Here, the Queen of Cups. Someone who can be over-emotional. Someone who wears their heart on their sleeve and they speak of their emotions. They let their feelings be known. They don't hold back. That's the difference between these two energies. I think that would be the difference between these two energies. Now, I'm not reading reversal, so I don't know if the Queen of Cups would have been in the reverse, but this is what I see and what I go through, what I feel. So, in the time of retrograde and eclipse time, May, June, July, you've got someone who is asking for something, asking of you. This person, whoever this is needing something from you. They're feeling left out in the cold. They're feeling a sense of lack, not having enough. Are you going to let them suffer? Are you going to deprive them? They are pleading with you, dear Cancer. It's a time of giving. Now, 5s always are a change. Something comes in to bring change. If you are in a financially good place, the advice is to help the needy. It's time to give. Become that Vesta. Now, if this is someone who is asking, begging for your love, for your heart, for your nurturing, for your kindness, you need to extend your services, your help, whatever you do, whatever you do financially, or through your career, or even in your personal life. Giving will come back to you. We've got Libra here. Now, someone we could be talking about legal issues here. Okay, this is the House of Partnership, so that's other people. This is the card of Justice. Justice, again, is number 11. Very similar to this card here. The High Priestess is a 2, but it does look like an 11. So, Justice, being here, can say that there is a justice is coming through because we've got the rebirth here. And I feel as though you're going to be rebirthed because of some sort of balance that's going to come through. You're going to fight. You're going to duel with someone. It looks as though you may be in some sort of competition. It could be for someone's heart. It could be for the money. It could be any sort of a competitive energy here that you're doing battle with. Now, Mars will be moving into its home sign of Aries. Aries, not Aries. Okay, which can sound like Aries. This is Aries because in Greek it's called Aris. So Aries, Aris, very similar in the way that it's pronounced. So this is Mars. Yes, the name is a giveaway. That's what happens when you recognize the words in Greek. Now, it's time to take back control of your life. Whoever is holding you down, keeping you locked up, okay, time to let go, time to do battle, time to bring in change. We've got a 5 here, we've got a 5 here. We've got justice here, which is on your side. Let's take some more cards. Let's take on the High Priestess first of all. And we've got the Page of Wands. The Page of Wands is some sort of a message coming through. This could be a child. It looks so cute. A fire sign child. Now, Page of Wands is a fire sign. Sagittarius, Aries, or Leo. It's a very creative energy. Some of you may be taking a leap of faith into creating something new at this time, and you're not letting the world know about it. Now, this could be a sexual energy, a message coming through that is a very sexually orientated message, because we've got Aries here, which, you know, Mars is very passionate. Page of Wands could be, you know, you're sending a message, you're taking a risk, and you could be receiving this message from a fire sign, or if you've got strong fire within your chart, dear Cancer, then this could be you creating something new but not telling the world about it. Let's look at the Queen of Cups, February, March, April. And we've got the Knight of Swords. Wow. So the Knight of Swords is a communicator through action, through spoken words. King of Swords can be difficult energy. It can be words being thrown, you know, words, smart words of trying to control someone. If you, dear Cancer, are dealing with someone who has got strong air in their chart, if they are the ones that are trying to make you feel left out in the cold, trying to keep you where they want you, you need to trust your intuition. Let me take one more card on that. Nevertheless, the Knight of Swords is an action card. It's quick action. Quick action through intellect, through communication. Let's see. And truth. Let's take one more on that. And we've got the Nine of Swords. Yeah. Nine of Swords, your darkest fears are coming through here. So in the months February, March, April, just after the eclipses of January, you are living some sort of a fear-based 3 months, dear Cancer. And you know, with the Nine of Swords, we say that this is sleepless nights, not being able to calm yourself. This is a very nervous, very nervous energy, not letting your mind rest. Please take some time out to meditate. Try and go within. Use your emotional, your deepest psyche, try and align yourself with spirit. And don't go only by what the facts are, but go by what you feel. Okay, let's look now at May, June, July period, which is the retrograde of Jupiter, as well as the eclipse time in July. And we've got the Chariot, but in the reverse. Wow, not being able to move, and I would say probably because of the retrograde. The fact is that if we go back, the Chariot is a number 7, and this is your card. I believe that because of Jupiter retrograde, there is a time of waiting. Okay, you're not able to free yourself to overcome the obstacles yet. And this is a gorgeous energy. Look at this card. She looks so strong. She's like plowing through that water. Look at the moon. How beautiful. So there is some sort of setbacks from family, I would say. Not being able to move freely forward because of family obligations. being of help, being there for others. So this is your sense of duty here. And I believe once Jupiter starts to turn direct, that's when you could be overcoming those obstacles, whatever they are. So we've got your energy here, strong Cancerian energy. So for those of you that are dealing with the signs that I've already mentioned, so air could be Gemini, Libra, more than likely Aquarius, Virgo, Pisces, any of those energies, sun, moon, or rising sign. If you are dealing with those energies and you're having trouble, you feel deprived, you're not moving forward, justice comes through just in time. August, September, October, November. Let's see what else. And the Ace of Pentacles, beautiful. So it looks like some of you may have been dealing with another earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. It could be, if you are letting go of an air sign, you are, maybe an earth sign is feeling deprived through your obligations, through your family commitments. You may be depriving an earth sign from your life. Here we've got a brand new beginning. This is the Ace of Coins. Justice is coming through. If this is a legal duel battle, money's coming through. You're having a brand new beginning. This is a big fat Ace of Pentacles. This is stability. Financially, you are stable. You are beginning something that's really going to go a long way. This could be a new home. This could be a child, the birth of a child, of course, because we've got rebirth here. For those of you that have tried to fall pregnant and not had much luck, then don't lose your faith. Here it is. The foundation says that the Page of Wands, pages are all about turning a new page. Trust in your intuition. It may be an Aries child that will be born, Aries or Earth, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Let's see what else we've got. I'm going to take a Lenormand for each position. Now, if this is all about business, you know, you're doing battle, you've got the strength with Mars. Mars will be moving into its home sign of Aries at the beginning of the year. So on the 31st of December, 1st of January, wherever you are, it's moving into its home sign of Aries. So we're all going to become the warriors. Let's take one Lenormand for November, December, January. We've got the rod, the whip, which could speak of disagreements, but this is an 11. Yes, it's an 11, and sometimes with the rod, it can speak of strife, but it can also speak of something suddenly coming through, which is very, very good. It's very positive. Let's look at, so the Page of Wands I don't think would be something negative, right? It's like taking a risk, and sometimes when we take a gamble, of course we can win or lose, but with the big fat Ace of Pentacles and Justice here, even if you lose the first time round, keep trying. Let's go to the second part, second quarter, February, March, April. We've got the birds, which could speak of relocation, movement, quick movement, because the Knight of Swords is action-based. So this is a 12, which adds up to a 3. Now, 12 is also the Hangman, again, Piscean energy. We've got Chiron, and Mars still in Pisces as I do your reading, today being the 29th of December. So this could speak of news coming through. Maybe you're relocating, maybe you hear news off the grapevine that could worry you. That could be an illusion with, you know, the square of Jupiter and Neptune going on during 2019. Now, if you're interested in the astrology part of what's happening, stay at the end of the reading. I've got another section on the astrology. Now, May, June, July, which is retrograde and eclipse time in July. And this is your birthday, dear Cancer. So you're going to have Jupiter retrograde. You know, they say that when a planet is retrograde, it's more potent, it's stronger. So we always turn inwards with a retrograde, correct? We have a chance to redo things. That's why you've got the Chariot in the reverse. And this is the correct way to have it whilst in retrograde. Let's take one for there. We've got number 8, Scorpio, death and transformation. So change through intimacy, shared resources, sexual intimacy, shared money, other people's money, your partner's money. There is some sort of a transformative energy here. Let me take one more. And we've got the dog, which is loyalty. And this is a number 18, which is the number of the moon. It does add up to the 9, which is the natural house of Sag. Nevertheless, this is loyalty. This is companionship. So if you've been feeling left out and you felt as though someone was letting you down, they will come through for you. They will come through for you, whether this is you, dear Cancer, or you're going to come through for someone else, because we've got cross watchers here as well. Now, the dog is your best friend. This could be a friend that's in need and you're going to be there for them. Okay, let's take on the Justice card and the Ace of Coins. August, September, October, November. Uh-oh. How many cards? We've got 2 cards. Wow. Okay. Changing your direction in love. Changing direction. Okay, having a choice in love. That's what it says. Here, I'm going to take this card right here because it fell on this position, and we've got the Book of Secrets. So this is like the High Priestess. You're going to know when it's time for you to know. Things are hidden. 26 adds to an 8 again. Again, Scorpio. So 24 adds to a 6. So that is the, of course, it's the Lovers, which would be a head over heart decision. There is some sort of a decision. Now here we've got the Master number. This is meant to be. You're meant to be. You're meant to change your paths in love. There is a change in love for Cancerian people. There is a change in doing what you love. There is a change in homes. There is a change of an unjust situation becoming justified. Let's take some Sibillas, dear Cancer. I'm going to take 3 cards on each quarter. And we've got leggerezza, which is transformation, lightness of being, the weight coming off your shoulders, some sort of a completion. This is, again, a rebirth, just like Persephone. There is a rebirth coming. Some of you feel it, and it's going to come through completion. Let's look at the second quarter, which is February, March, April. And we've got lettera, which could be news coming through, legal documents. Let me take one more. Vedovo, someone being stuck in their past, not being able to come out of their worry. This is the widower, feeling as though you've lost something for good, maybe feeling low because You know, change is not easy, dear Cancer. Let's take another card. And these are legal documents. Yes, legal documents. The news is coming through. Let's see. And we've got the Gran Signore. So this is abundance, royalty coming through. Again, Scorpio, this is a 13. Now, this could be someone who is quite cocky, but they're abundantly very prosperous. This is like the King of Cups. So news is coming through that there is some sort of a change. So let's just see. I'm trying to channel. So this Gran Signore could be someone that has literally lost someone in the past. Okay. And through time, they could even be communicating. This Gran Signore, sorry, could be communicating about their true feelings about someone, about some situation. They've got some sort of despair, some sort of worry that they were dealing with, some fears that they had in relation to this Queen of Cups. Maybe they've got a very strong intuition. Now, we've got two men here. If it's not the same two people, it could be two different people. And that could be what the news is. The news is that's coming through. One person is stuck in their past, and the other person, again, is looking to the past, but is showing up as very different, as brand new, as someone who is blue-blooded, very royal, strong ego. So there's two very different natures here. One is very solemn, very quiet, very emotional, and the other one is all about the money, about the way they show up in the world. So, you know, there is news coming through, gossip coming through, whatever it is, you will know in your own personal situation. Now, two cards just dropped out, and they dropped out right here on the foundation. So the sacerdote is the priest. This could be the Hierophant energy. So a marriage, a commitment, spirituality. There is some sort of ego, something wonderful coming in. Now, spirituality is what Sagittarius and Jupiter are all about. So some of you may be looking into your spiritual higher self. This may work wonders for you. Others of you are looking at support through the church, and that's going to be great because, you know, going through new portals is not easy. Now, as I said, the sacerdote is a number 13 again, speaks of transformation, Scorpio, and the superbia can speak of something wonderful. So transformation is happening that's going to bring something wonderful, and you need to keep the faith in that. Let's look at the crowning area, which is May, June, July, retrograde season and eclipse season. So we've got the transformation, the death and change, not being able to overcome, not yet. Overcome what? The feeling of left out in the cold, not having enough money, not enough love. There is love here. There is loyalty. There is friendship and companionship. Let's see. We've got dispiacere. So no transformation is easy, right? Then we've got Giovina Fanciulla, and she keeps coming up all the time. She's been in all the readings. Now, she's a number 12, and I wanted to say that 2019 is a 12 year. We're moving away from 2018, which is an 11 year, and we're moving into a 12 year, which adds up to a 3. And 3 is all about growth and expansion. It's the number of the Empress. Now, this is pure energy, clean energy. This is something new, the Virgin. And disgrazia, number 7. Something shape-shifting here. Let me take another card. Something suddenly happening. From worry to new. Something new. Ammalato, low morale. Not believing that you can move. Now this could be feeling low because of transformation, not being able to move forward. I'm going to take one more Sibilla and then I will take another tarot card on that. Okay, so disgrazia is the Tower. It's something suddenly happening. And whatever it is, it's meant to happen, right? And here we've got Speranza. So Speranza is the 8 of Cups. It's like, you know, keeping the hope, of course. It can be a card of fear, but hoping for the best, having hope. Now, also, since it's the 8 of Cups, someone is leaving the picture here. Either that or through major change, there is movement. Through the Tower, there is movement and there is change. And change is always better than stagnancy. Now, change cannot be easy. So you could have a lot of weight on your shoulders at this time, May, June, July, dear Cancer. But keep the hope. Do not stay in your fear. Do not get stuck there. You've got Aries here. You've got the warrior. You are the warrior and you are going through rebirth. Let's look at the last section, which is August, September, November. We've got Denaro, which is stability. Oh, this is like the Ace of Pentacles, right on top of the Ace of Pentacles. Security, stability, beginning something new. This is new love. This is a new home. This is new income, a new business. This is also for those of you that are involved with someone you thought you would not be able to get to the church steps. Well, you are. This is an abundant wedding here through love. Message is coming through. Number 11 could be coming from afar. And here is the offer, another 11, dear Cancer. This could be you giving your love, popping the question, asking your beloved to take your hand in marriage. You want to settle, you want to have a stable home. This is what the North Node in Cancer is all about. Let me take a couple of cards. First of all, I would like to see the crowning section. What is that transformation? Feeling left out in the cold, not having enough. Let's go. And we've got the Queen of Swords. So the Queen of Swords, and I have already mentioned here, so we've got 2 queens now. Queen of Cups, Queen of Swords. Dear Cancer, I would say that you are making a choice between an air sign, so Libra, Aquarius, Gemini, I would say more than likely Libra you are letting go of, and Pisces, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. Yes? I should say so. Here we've got the Queen of Swords who, she cuts with that sword, right? She can really cut with that sword. Her words can cut. Now this is your energy. You're cutting another water sign. If you've got strong air in your chart, you could be cutting another air sign or another water sign. Now, let me take just one more on that. And we've got the Hanging Man sacrifice. Again, that 12, we're moving into a 12 year. It's time of sacrifices. Okay, you've had enough. You've got hang-ups. With this Queen of Swords, I would say it's time to move away. Let's look at Aries. Aries in Greek, which is called battle. And Persephone in Rebirth. What's that all about? And we've got the Nine of Cups. My God, this is a wish card. How beautiful. Look at this banquet of goodies for you. Dear Cancer, Nine of Cups, and yours. I could see that smile on your face. I can see that smile. Now, because Neptune, there's one, be careful. Neptune squaring Jupiter can mean disillusion, being in an illusion. Please do not fall into that trap. Don't overdrink, don't overuse drugs. Don't use drugs at all if you don't have to. But Nine of Cups is a wish card. Hopefully everything is going the way you want it, the way your heart desires it, for it to go. And for those of you that are not staying on for me reading the Mythic Oracle, thank you so much for being here, for liking, sharing, and subscribing. For those of you that are staying on, let's read on Aries and battle, number 23. Okay, Aries. Aries is the son of Zeus and Hera. He is the god of war and battle and embodies not only the spirit but also the blood and guts of the fight. Often thought of as a kind of butcher, Aries does not govern the strategy of war but rather the physical aspect of the fight. Wow. So he is the son of Zeus and Hera. Now the message is, Aries is here to remind you that it may be necessary for you to take a step back and see what is occurring for you at this time. To be in the heat of battle without a sense of how and why you are there is dangerous. To be oblivious to the need for battle when in danger of losing yourself and your ground is also equally dangerous. It may be necessary to fight at this time, but it is essential. It is essential that you understand what you are fighting and why what you are fighting and why, in order to choose the most beneficial course of action. Fighting for what you believe to be right is very important, but the act of standing for your truth must be more important than achieving your desired outcome. Okay, so also be careful to not butcher your way through the things and people you love at this time. This is not the way to get things done. If passions are running high, it's important not to take out all your aggression on those who love and support you. Sometimes when we can't fight what we are really angry at, we take it out on closest targets. So do take care not to do that, dear Cancer. If you have pulled this card, it is time to fight for yourself, your ground, your loved ones, or your beliefs. But don't fight blindly. It is important that you see what is happening and why. Reveal your true motivations. Discover what is truly driving the battle. After examination, if the battle still seems like it is based in your personal truth and integrity, then move forward with calm, strong action and a clear state of mind. All right. Okay, so let's go on to the card of Persephone, Rebirth. So the myth. Persephone is the daughter of Demeter and Zeus. As a maiden, while picking flowers, Hades rode his chariot out from the underworld and kidnapped her, taking her to be his bride. As queen of the underworld. It does remind me of Venus in Scorpio, Venus is in Scorpio right now. Demeter spent years searching for her daughter, allowing all vegetation to die in her grief. Eventually, Zeus sent Hermes below, and Hermes is Mercury, below to take Persephone back to her mother. But before she could leave, Hades tricked her into eating the seeds of the pomegranate, which forced her to spend a portion of the year with him in the underworld. Thus we have winter. Whenever Persephone returns to the underworld, the earth becomes cold and barren. Persephone became the mistress of two worlds and holds the wisdom of both worlds within her. She journeyed through the underworld and returned to the surface. In a sense, she died and was reborn every year, like the vegetation that dies and is reborn as the seasons pass. Now the message, this is a period of rebirth. You may have just been through a journey that challenged and awakened you both physically and spiritually. You are surfacing now from the underworld, changed, and you must reintegrate within yourself and your life all that you have learned. It is extremely difficult to become the master of two worlds. When we experience a life-changing transformation, we return to the world changed, yet the world has remained the same. Old meanings hold no value and a sense of displacement occurs. Although this can be a very frustrating period where the regular world no longer makes sense, eventually you will begin to feel new meaning in life, to see the sense in things with new eyes, and to make the appropriate changes to reflect your new life. So you're going through transformation, dear Cancer. Okay? Interesting, very interesting indeed. Lovely. Hope that these messages helped you all. Thank you so much for liking, sharing, subscribing, commenting, and being here to you guys. Thank you so much. Wishing you all the best for this year, 2019. And always remember, you can come back to this reading. You can pick up on new things, new information, because we don't know that things are going to happen. Things sound very funny, very out of this world. You're saying, no, that's got nothing to do with me, until it happens. So I advise you, come back in about 6 months, look at the reading again, watch it, listen to it carefully. There are a lot of messages here. And don't forget to watch your sun, moon, and rising. Dear Cancer, sending you lots of love. Stay well, stay blessed. Bye for now. Okay, for all of you astrology lovers, Jupiter in Sagittarius. Okay, as I said in the introduction, Jupiter moved into its home sign of Sagittarius on November 8th, 2018. That was actually St. Michael's Day, for those of you that look into saints, that are Catholic, or even I'm Greek Orthodox, and for us that's a very big day. It's St. Michael's Day, and Michael is my spirit guide as well. So Jupiter moving into its home sign of Sag on that day was a very, very special day for me, and I think that Jupiter's blessings for everyone is very, very different and very, very giving, very abundant for most people. Now, not everyone has got the same astrology. Not everyone is born on the same day. Of course, we're all affected in a different way. But I believe that the blessings come through in different ways for each and every person. Because I believe that as a collective energy, Jupiter being the planet of abundance and expansion and growth, I believe that Jupiter brings blessings. So Jupiter moved in its home sign on November 8th, 2018. It will be there until December 2nd, 2019. So that's 13 months. It's not a year, it's 13 months, just under. So now what is Jupiter? What does it do in its home sign? Well, obviously it's very strong. It's very potent. It feels very happy there. Very happy. Now Jupiter is, and I should say Sagittarius is all about truth. spirituality, foreign places and people at a distance. Jupiter can rule any legalities, legal issues. It likes to expand on everything, even the view, the way Sagittarius looks at the world. It's a big, open place out there. It's a place where you can go on adventures and explore. So you've got a very wide angle of seeing things, as looking at the world as being the bigger picture, looking at things from a wider angle. Sagittarius is also higher education, becoming the guru, looking into studies, becoming the teacher, becoming the educator. So furthering your studies to the point where you can actually become the teacher. That's what Sag is. Now, Sagittarius is a fire sign, so it's very, go get 'em. It's an action sign. It's a sign that's ruled by fire. So it's very passionate. It's very spontaneous. And it's a very, very, very positive energy. So Jupiter, being in its home sign of Sag, gives that back to us. It likes to expand and grow and bring luck. So that's why today I did these readings on the tarot, to see through the astrology and through the tarot how each astrological sign could be affected with Jupiter being in its home sign of Sag. So I'd like to now go on to one or two things that are happening with Jupiter. Now, Jupiter, through the year, through its transit of Sagittarius, will be squaring the other big player, Neptune. Now, Neptune is the ruler of Pisces, and Pisces can be quite delusional. Now, Neptune is also it's the higher octave of Venus. So what is Venus? It's what we value. It's what we place love on, what love is for us, what we treasure, what is dear and important to us. So Neptune being the higher octave of Venus. Now, Neptune is actually in its home sign of Pisces. Pisces is the last sign of the zodiac. So it's, Neptune is completing a very, very big cycle, because Neptune stays in each sign for about 14 years. So that's a very big transit. Now it's at 14 degrees of Pisces, so it's practically halfway. So it's, coming to midpoint of Pisces, and that's a very important time for whichever planet is transiting its home sign. Now, because Jupiter moves much faster, it does the horoscope every year, whereas Neptune is much slower, and it takes 14 years to complete each sign, not the whole astrological zodiac, okay? So it's, the further out the planet is, the more potent its energy is, the stronger it is. So we're going to have for quite, throughout the year of 2019, we have Jupiter squaring Neptune. Now, as I said, Neptune can be delusional. Neptune could be also the divine love. Neptune is spirit. So Jupiter is expansion and growth and looking at the bigger picture. Now, Jupiter can expand on the positive and the negative. Mostly, I would say on the positive, because it's a lucky planet. But when we've got difficult aspects like squares in astrology, that's it's an aspect of difficult tension, difficult energy, which, tension brings change. It's like, pulling a rubber band where it breaks. If you pull too much, the tug of war, let's say, which I usually say that the the opposition where one planet is opposite the other one in the zodiac. That's my tug of war aspect. Now, the square aspect is like pulling on a rubber band. And if you're not careful, that rubber band is going to break. And that's where, you can wreak havoc. That's where you can have a lot of trouble. But sometimes going through difficult energies, through action, because that's what squares make you do. They make you take action, and therefore comes the change. So we just have to be careful with squares to try and work with the energies, go with the flow, see, use your instinct, use your intellect, feel into the energy, meditate. Now, this is what we have to look out for. We may be feeling more suspicious, more paranoia, more paranoia. I'm getting mixed up with the Greek word because that is a Greek word. We call it parania in Greek, but in English it's paranoia. So we may be feeling that over the time, and I will tell you when it will start, when Jupiter will start squaring Neptune. As well as that, we may be feeling very over-optimistic, too trusting, or we may be idealizing a romantic interest. Let's say we're interested in someone. We may be wearing rose-colored glasses and, being disillusioned of the feelings of the other. So, that's looking at the bigger picture, Neptune is spirit, of course, but it's also disillusion and illusion. So we're looking at something through rose-colored glasses. We're looking at it as being amazingly grand, huge, and so lucky with Jupiter. So be careful with shattered illusions. Now, this energy could also be testing your faith because you may be disappointed. Yes, that's in the mix as well. Beware, and if you have any disappointments, and they could be major disappointments because of Jupiter and the expansion that it makes on things, use your faith. Trust in the universe. Trust in the divine order. Trust in the divine outcome, and trust that you are not alone. Whatever you're going through, there is a reason for that. There is always a reason behind whatever happens. Now, also be aware of deception. Neptune can be deception, and Jupiter can expand on that. Now, also in relation to resources, things that we own, you may not feel as secure as what you thought you would be. Even though Jupiter in Sag can bring abundance and can bring a lot of good things to us, Neptune could also be the disillusion, the illusion of having more than what you really have. And also, very importantly, avoid gambling and drugs. It's not a good time at all. Now I'm going to go into the exact squares, when these squares will be taking place. So on the 13th of January 2019 at 14 degrees and 22 minutes, that will be the exact square of Jupiter and Neptune. So they will be squaring exactly 3 times in the year 2019. So the first square, the exact square, will be on the 13th of January 2019. On the second time that they meet up exactly will be on the 16th of June 2019 at 18 degrees and 43 minutes. But at that time, Jupiter will be retrograde. So we always know when a planet goes retrograde, yes, its energy is more potent because it seems as though it's stopped in the sky, even though it's not really stopped. It's just an illusion. It's our view from Earth, the way we see it. And of course, it's closer to the Earth. It's closer to us, and that's why it gives the illusion of retrograding. So, yes, Jupiter will be retrograde at that time, and so will Pluto. And therefore, again, Pluto's energy will be much more potent. And guess what? Saturn, Kronos, the Lord of Time, the Lord of Karma, and Pluto is the Lord of Karma, I should say, and transformation. These three big players will all be retrograde. So, Jupiter, Pluto, and Saturn will all be retrograde on the 16th of June 2019. Mind you, July, I think it is, when we have the when we're going to have the eclipses. Yes, if I'm not mistaken, it's July. So June, July, very important time of year. Where are we? Just let me tell you, okay, on the 2nd of July and on the 16th of July are the next eclipses. So June, July, very important time of year. Oh, wow. It's going to be important. Now, always with retrogrades, we know we have to go within. We have to, it's a time of working, going inwards and redoing things. So that's, the chance that we're given from the divine to work on things that we need to work on. So if we're not on the proper path, we need to be put on the proper path. Now, third time that they meet up in the sky, on the 21st of September 2019 at 16 degrees 59 minutes. Now, Neptune will be retrograde then, as well as Pluto. So again, the big players, whenever we're talking about the outer planets, Pluto, Neptune, Saturn and Jupiter going retrograde, it's very important. It's a massive time of change. So hold on to your hats for those dates. When we talk of the precise time, that's when the precise aspect, they're right, the square will be exact. So any time just before, I would say, is the most important time, because that's when, when they're coming to become exact, when they're coming closer and closer to the degree to be exact, that's when it's the most strongest and most potent energies that we're going to feel. Once they hit the exact point and they start to move apart, it sort of softens a little bit the energy. Okay, just so you know, it's coming up to those dates where it's the strongest of all the energies. Now, I'd like to also say one more thing before I finish up, that Jupiter going retrograde on the 14th of January 2019 at 14 degrees and 30 minutes, Jupiter will enter its retrograde zone. It does not mean that it's retrograde. It means that it's going to be at the degrees that it will be working on. Okay, so it stops, it will sort of start to slow down, not stop, slow down at 14 degrees and 30 minutes, right? On the 14th of January, it will start to slow down. It's as though, to give you an example, it's as though it's lit up, just like the sun is lit up, the sun is light. Once it starts to move into its shadow period, its light starts to dim slowly, slowly, slowly every day. So once we get to the 10th of April and Jupiter will be at 24 degrees and 21 minutes, that's where it's going to stationary and retrograde. Now, when I say stationary, it means it will stop. It will have the illusion that it's stopped, and it will start slowly to start turning retrograde. So think of a ball that's turning, 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 and it stops. That's where it's at its most potent time. And then that's when it's stationary. Then it will start to turn the other way. So it's going to start turning retrograde. That's the time when we go inwards. That's the time where we have to try and communicate in a more practical, more, how do I say it, in a more precise manner. So we have to go over things. We have to check things. Anytime when there's a retrograde, there is miscommunication. Also, we have time to go within and work over things, redo things. That's what retrogrades are about. So, from the 14th of January till 10th of April, that's its shadow period. That's when it's slowing down. 10th of April until the 11th of August, it's actually retrograde. So that's about 4 months of Jupiter being retrograde. Now, on the 11th of August, it finishes its retrograde at 14 degrees and 30 minutes. So that means that it's come back to the time, to the point where it started its shadow period. Okay, so it's going to go over the same point where it started to slow down. So that's working over things, redoing things. You get what I mean? Hopefully. So it's back to 14 degrees and 30 minutes on the 11th of August. Okay, and it will be going over that time again. It is stationary direct though now on the 11th of August. So that means that it was going retrograde, right? I should go that way. It was going retrograde. And then on the 11th of August, it actually stopped. And it's stationary direct, so it's very potent. And then it starts to go direct, right? From 14 degrees 30 minutes until the 5th of November, when it will leave its retrograde zone. It will be at 24 degrees and 21 minutes when it is out in the clear. It is finished totally from its retrograde period. Now, 5th of November, it's about 3 days before St. Michael's Day, which is amazing. There's another blessing because Jupiter will be outside of its retrograde zone. So it's like it's covering, no, it's not like, it will be covering new turf. Now it's going to be at 24 degrees and 21 minutes, which means it's at the last 6 degrees of Sagittarius. And wow, I mean, at its last 6 degrees of its own home sign, it's going to be flying. And that's where it's going to be showering everyone with its gifts. And we're all going to be, with our hands open and saying, thank you. Thank you for the blessings. Thank you, universe. Thank you, God. And thank you to whoever you believe in. That's when Jupiter is going to shower us with its gifts. So looking forward to that. All right. Now, I hope that, for those of you that are expertise in astrology, you really didn't need all this explanation. This was for those people that really are not very familiar with the astrology. So I hope that was quite clear for you. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you for being here. I'm sending you blessings for the new year, for 2019. I will be back with more. Okay. Bye, guys. Thank you.